This is life. It's how we know it. It's how we live. I was talking to my big homie last night. Telling about some problems I had. He just said, "Shit, you gonna be alright." I took that to mind. Picked up the pen. When I was coming up, they told me chase the fatty. My mama told me ramen noodles and ketchup equals spaghetti. And back then, that's all I had for dinner. And I remember the lights went out for half the winter. Asked my mama what's to eat, she said ham is in the fridge. Damn, it's hard for me to handle this. So sick of these sandwiches. Want some scrambled eggs and grits, maybe even roast beef. I won't sleep, if I don't hustle, I don't eat. This is just a part of life, I know that my heart is right. I just keep looking for the moonlight through the darkest night. Take a second to relax, a moment to sit back. Cause even on the days that it's sunny, my city's pitch black. We pitch packs, because that's all that we know. The problems just grow, I hope I reap all that I sow. Until I get a record deal, I'll keep playing the lottery. They lie when they said that's the only way out of poverty. This is just a part of life, just make sure your heart is right. Even though you feel alone and you've been working all night. And to make it out of poverty, sometimes you gotta fight. That's what they told me, this is just a part of life. Just make sure your heart is right. Even though you feel like you're alone and working all night. And to make it out of poverty, sometimes you gotta fight.
When I was growing up, I ain't never get no Lunchables. I guess I had it rough cause my family was dysfunctional. I felt I was untouchable. I had a rough mind, but I really wasn't comfortable. Through the tough times, I really need to unwind and finally let it all go. My people having tough times, I gotta let them all know it's gonna work out for the better, we gon' be alright. As long as we stick together, we gon' eat alright. Let them know that we alright and they ain't gotta worry. It's gonna take a little time, but we trying to hurry. We trying to bury the rough times we had in the past, but now it's no worries, we way too busy having a blast. Pulling rabbits out of hats, you know I stay pulling magic tricks. I'ma keep moving on until I make the habit stick. Money, you can have the shit, I'm just trying to have some peace. I'm tired of unhappiness, but life, it ain't all bad to me.
This is just a part of life, just make sure your heart is right. Even though you feel alone and you've been working all night. And to make it out of poverty, sometimes you gotta fight. That's what they told me, this is just a part of life. Just make sure your heart is right. Even though you feel like you're alone and working all night. And to make it out of poverty, sometimes you gotta fight.
I told mama I got problems, she said give God that. Before dad died, he said what goes round comes back. I feel like my whole life ends sitting on tracks, still stumbling through the dark, searching for missing facts. Sufficient acts of evil may have sealed my fate. Gotta avoid all this money, come fulfill this space. Where there's a will, there's a way. Struggle's just an alias, probation's got me stuck in 100-mile radius. How can I make moves and reach for the sky? How will I ever know if I don't ever try? Eyes of my children fuel the flame of hunger. So I wonder when God's gon' pull my number, pull me under, or release me to the heavens. Within every hardship, hidden is a blessing. Ridden with depression, suppression makes it worse. The complexion of recession makes me wanna take it first.
This is just a part of life, just make sure your heart is right. Even though you feel alone and you've been working all night. And to make it out of poverty, sometimes you gotta fight. That's what they told me, this is just a part of life. Just make sure your heart is right. Even though you feel like you're alone and working all night. And to make it out of poverty, sometimes you gotta fight.